We move on to our next member statements in the National Assembly. Bullying at schools is on the increase. That warning came from the IFP's Mr. Alfred Mpontshane. He said it was of great concern that not enough was being done to stop this form of abuse. He called for decisive action.
The death of David Hlongwane, a learner from Letabong Secondary School in Soshanguve, is proof that bullying is on the rise in South Africa schools and that it poses a real threat to the emotional stability and well-being of our children. It is also clear that not enough is being done to combat this form of emotional and physical abuse in our schools. The IFP urges all principals and parents to embark on programs that will empower their children on this topic so that they can develop the necessary coping mechanisms and strategies to deal with bullying and other behaviors that infringe on their rights and well-being. Furthermore, the IFP urges school disciplinary committees to act decisively against bullies. Punitive steps must include suspension, counseling, and rehabilitation. Lastly, the IFP wishes to convey its heartfelt and deepest sympathies to the Hlongwane family.
All forms of violence, intimidation, and harassment are prohibited. Bullying certainly takes the form of either physical violence inflicted on the victim or emotional violence. We certainly promote the adoption of a code of conduct in every school, and to this end, given the reality that next month approximately 27,000 schools will be having their elections, I think it would be timely and appropriate for us to convey a message to each one of these gatherings that bullying in any form, be it emotional or physical, would not be tolerated in our schools. We too would like to convey our condolences to the family of the victim and certainly share the sentiments of the honorable member.
The critical shortage of electricity supply is a huge concern. The Member of Parliament Lance Greylang said in Parliament the tragedy was that it could have been avoided.
The ID is extremely concerned at the critical electricity supply situation in South Africa. According to Eskom, the country could be exposed to load shedding as early as April this year. It is totally unacceptable that South Africans have been placed in this crisis due to a combination of poor planning, conflicts of interest, and instances of gross incompetence at Eskom. Last year, an entirely avoidable accident at Duva Power Station saw 600 megawatts removed from the grid at a cost of over 2 billion rand. We are still waiting for the independent report to be submitted to Parliament as to how such an occurrence could happen at a professionally run power utility. It is also shocking that the completion of the Medupi power station has been delayed even further due to a problem with the boiler contract. This 39 billion rand contract was awarded to Hitachi Power Africa, which just coincidentally, the ANC's funding arm, Chancellor House, has a 25% shareholding in. This massive conflict of interest has now threatened our country's energy security and could have a devastating impact on our economy. Will the ANC now do the right thing and disinvest Chancellor House from Hitachi Power Africa and also give this country the assurance that their funding arm will not invest in any companies that could benefit from the country's proposed infrastructure build program?
That's where we have to leave it. We are out of time. Thank you for watching and join us again on Monday. Until then, enjoy your weekend.